Yeah, I'm ready.
Hello, everybody. Guys, just gonna let you know right now, I'm so sorry if the stream goes in and out. Me and Lanny moved setups today, so I'm gonna be in the bedroom setup for
Ooh.
indefinite periods. I'm getting my LAN cable tomorrow, so I'm only running on Wi-Fi, and it seems to be that the stream is cutting out every so often. So if that happens, I do apologize. But yeah.
Nice, but yeah, once you get that LAN cable, it'll be nice because I have one running from this room all the way to another room, and I just kind of have it taped to the side of the wall so people don't trip.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, yes, I mean somebody, has been using Wi-Fi from the very beginning, so.
Yeah, but I guess that's like that.
You gotta get based.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was okay because I was literally right next to the fucking cube. So.
Dude,
but...
you are literally Shiki Nania. Wi-Fi is okay when you're close to the router.
Teehee. Anyway, I really hope stream isn't going to be horrible. But yeah, so last time, shit
call your
happened.
ISP because they might upgrade your router for free.
We could probably talk to him.
Anyway, shit happened last time. Shit did happen.
Yeah, we went through the fucking tea party thing, which turned out to be canon, and I am curious but still upset.
Yeah.
Bacon Susie Blue. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, so yeah. all that we have left for episode 1 is this down here that says welcome to the tea party for those or of those who are not human. So
oh boy.
Man, what?
Are there gonna be new characters to voice?
Dude, yeah.
I'm so down.
There's gotta be. I think they're all girls though. They're all little itty bitty girls. Oh, it's the Woobly Goobly. I've seen this.
Whichever one looks more like a cross-dressing man, I will voice.
Yeah, they're in the goober dimension.
Ah, yes, the goober dimension.
Ah, yes, the goober dimension. What sort of black tea shall I prepare next? Allow me to display every refined tea that has ever was and ever shall be. Oh, wow. I don't mind. Well, unless
I've been waiting for her.
Unless you guys want to voice a little girl.
That's an any character.
It is? Okay.
That's an any character.
I got it.
There. You got this.
Dried plum black tea. The kind that goes for 200 yen a pack.
For 1,000 years, I have never been fond of black tea. Oh, I have been fond of black tea, but I did not know of such a thing. I will never tire of living in this world. It's pronounced Beato. Or Beato.
Beato. Okay. Well, you just gave me 2 ones. Which one is it?
I think it's Beato.
Beato. Okay.
Yeah. Beato, you don't have to display such hostility. I am just a wandering witch. I didn't come with the intention of violating the rules of your territory.
Hostility? I bear nothing of the sort. I am just terribly concerned with seeing to it that the legendary witch,
become toe,
Lady Burncastle, is well attended to.
You misunderstand. I am powerless. Before a witch such as you, who possesses the dreadful power to kill an individual 100 times, I am completely powerless.
That a powerless lady witch like you possesses a power that no one can approach is what is truly terrifying. After all, that great witch, Lady Lambadelta, was dethroned by you alone.
These names are so unserious.
They're witches, dude.
I only won in this contest. We simply got tired.
It's like if George Lucas and George R.R. Martin tried to get together and make names.
Jesus Christ. But that is not what Lady Lambadelta said, though. Too much humility can be unseemly, Lady Burncastle.
Do you really not pronounce the D? Because it looks like it would be Lambda Delta.
Lambda Delta? Okay.
Well, yeah, because it's Lamb and then D-A.
Okay, Lambda
I don't
Delta.
know.
Lambda is a Roman or Greek character? I forget. But Lambda is a thing.
That girl has a dreadful power. The power to kill an individual without fail.
Dude, she's Shiki Tono! Chat, I didn't know this was a crossover. I might be tapped in.
However, without fail doesn't exist in this world. No matter how many times you divide 1, you can never reach 0. That girl has the power to give rise to almost perfect certainty. I hope I never have to fight such a terrifying witch again.
However, you have the power to cause success without fail, as long as the odds are not 0. Though you say without fail doesn't exist in this world, you possess an infallible power yourself. How very
Lambda
terrifying!
Delta's cousin. But Omega.
The power to kill an individual endlessly. I think you're the more terrifying one.
You jest. From your point of view, mine is but a trifling power. This is most certainly what one would call empty praise.
You call it flattery to make up for the cost of staying here. I am a fleeing traveler who crosses the fragments, continually running from boredom. I simply came around because I heard you'd started something interesting. Have no doubts that I will choose to leave as soon as you are no longer interesting.
I, Beatrice, am deeply and humbly delighted to have the great Lady Burncastle as an observer.
If you die endlessly, do you die at all? I don't know. Your new existence is now just death, so are you living?
And so, your impressions?
Lambda Delta
Well, that
is
depends on whether you see. Oh,
What?
sorry.
No, what is it?
I was just gonna
wanna
say,
hear it.
well, that depends on whether you see death as a state of being or as the end of a state of being.
Yeah, right? Because, like, depending on your interpretation, you come to a different answer, right?
Yeah.
Hello, McCat heart attack?
I think it's MC Cat.
MC Cathart attack.
Real.
Oh, cathartic. I get it. That's
Ah.
funny.
Nice.
Wordplay. I get.
Well done, chat.
Oh, it's 3 words instead of 2. That's why.
True.
Hi,
Lambda Delta is terrifying because of her cruelty, but she's a girl I can understand. You do seem to be capable of affection, but I can't understand you at all. That makes you much more terrifying than her.
I am fickle by nature. Do forgive me. Besides, I believe you also enjoy entrusting your fate to the roll of the fickle dice, right, Lady Burncastle?
When I roll the dice, I have a roll I clearly want to get, unlike you. You, on the other hand, never let the dice fall from your hand. So, whatever the roll might have been, you're never disappointed. Without fail. In that sense, you far surpass me. You're one I really don't want to fight with. Inside of you, there's nothing but 0. That's why I can't win against you with my power. It's the worst compatibility. Perhaps Lady Lambda Delta, on the other hand, has a good compatibility against you. Since she would be able to kill your endless nature.
Oh, yes, witches truly are the best people to enjoy black tea with. One doesn't get bored. Oh god, she's gonna be laughing so much.
I feel like that implies that she would enjoy other types of tea more with different species. I guess. Who do you think she likes to have green tea with? I'm gonna go with.
She likes to have
goblins.
passion tea with Battler. Get it?
Give it passion tea, bro. That's gross. She's like a bajillion years old. She's grooming him.
What the fuck? Good god.
Then I'm relieved. Boredom is the only poison that can kill me. So don't kill me, okay? Lady Beatrice, Endless Witch.
If such is your wish, I, Beatrice, shall show you an even better time. In that case, wouldn't it be best if I brought the next chessboard in right away? It seems the next hill would do more for you than another cup of black tea. Just wait for a moment.
The way they're portraying witches in this is a lot like magic
hey,
users
hey,
in World of Darkness.
hey,
Oh God!
Hey!
Oh,
Hey! Where are you
What?
looking? Where are you
she
looking?
looked.
She's
She
looking
looked at the
us!
camera. You
She's
didn't
looking
see
at
that?
us!
Her eyes shifted.
oh, I
that was
do.
actually cool.
Hey!
Is she talking to us?
Yeah!
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Something troublesome seems to have taken a liking to you. I'd really like to lend you my power, but as you just heard, that girl's power and mine have a very bad compatibility.
Oh, is she talking to Battler?
Oh, probably.
Possibly.
Unfortunate as that may be. But you really are pitiful, so I'll help you out just a bit.
Okay.
First of all, about that girl. She does have the name Beatrice, but that doesn't necessarily mean she is one individual woman. Get what I mean? In other words, she's not some human. Her existence is a personification of the rules of this world. To beat her, you have to expose the rules of this world and unravel them. Perhaps this can be likened to learning the rules of chess by watching a game. First, take a good look at the chessboard.
And then spin it around.
Then, learn the movements and roles of the pieces. Then, look for the conditions required to win at her game. When you've managed to reveal all these things, her heart will be exposed. After that, you can rip it apart or crush it as you please. I'm being quite generous. In the past, when I had a human body, it took me 100 years to notice even this much. This is my meager farewell gift to you, the pitiful one, captured by Beato. It's just like a spoon. It can be used for more than just drinking soup. You can use it to dig through the prison you're locked in, or as a weapon to gouge the witch's eyes out.
Or as a fork.
True.
Of course, you can also spoon to continually sip the watery soup inside your eternal cell. Don't get the wrong idea. I've no intention of becoming your ally. I do feel empathy for you, but I won't help you. It's like I'm sitting in front of the television yelling at you on the other side, even though my voice won't reach you. So you understand that I'm a witch, right? Boogity boogity boo!
Boogity boogity boo!
And she gets all up in the camera. She goes, ew, ew, ew.
I swear to God, man, if you do that again, I'm gonna fucking punch you.
Adam says, oh man, she's chat. She's chat.
Wow.
She's chat for real. She's
I
backseat
intend to
gaming.
enjoy this endless tale that Beato is going to weave until I tire of it. But that alone won't hold my interest. That's why I'll lend you my power. It's all so that I don't get tired of this. I am the cruelest witch in the world. Whoever the opponent may be, I'll make them surrender with certainty. Even if it's Beatrice, the Endless Witch. Okay? You are my game piece. Give it your best shot. I'll give you advice sometimes, out of her sight. Don't bore me, okay?
So they literally certainty and uncertainty.
Yeah,
I
Fucking
guess so, yeah.
Schrodinger's witches.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's kind of neat.
Thank God she's gone. I was squeezing the fuck out of my diaphragm.
Yeah, she won't show up for a while, so no more little girls for you.
Tried my best to voice the little girl chat.
It was fire. Oh.
You did it. I'm proud of you.
Hooray! Hooray! New stuff! Wow!
Yay, new chessboard.
Oh boy, new background, guys.
It takes me back, chat. It takes me back to when I used to femboy
Alright,
troll on voice
Let's
chat.
start a new game. Episode 2, Turn of the Golden Witch. Good morning. The Golden Witch eagerly awaits your arrival. Please do grant her that wish. Were you able to get a good rest and perfect your strategy? The witch expects a lot from you. It is more than ready to launch an assault right from the start. I also look forward to seeing your strategy. The difficulty level is extreme. The witch intends to make you surrender all at once.
How is there difficulties? There's no choices.
Well, it's not difficulty for us. The story is very obviously fictional. Guys.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I think this all actually happened.
Stingray, look at his little face.
Oh, dude, I see it.
Yeah.
George-sama, please look. They're so cute. Look. Ah, look at her!
Oh, they're on a date?
This is definitely third person.
Oh yeah, this is my job. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, that's you, big dog.
The question is, since this new chapter, do I do a different accent? Or do
I
stay
I don't
the
know.
same?
We could hand off. I could do narrator this time if you wanted.
No, Battler's still narrating.
I don't think we switch.
Battler still narrates a lot.
Womp
Okay.
womp, whatever.
Okay.
So you could
I'll
do a
just-
different accent then. It'll be
I
funny.
mean, I
Okay.
could switch to I could switch to third person narration.
I got it.
Okay.
But I can't. I understand.
Yeah.
Forever shackled to the MC.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Good
agree.
night,
Go ahead,
MC
go ahead.
Cat.
I'll just go north. Shannon finds a pair of hammerhead sharks swimming playfully in the pond,
I already like this way better.
and she looked as excited as a grade schooler seeing an aquarium for the first time.
Oh my god!
I haven't practiced this accent in a while, so I'm gonna. Oh damn!
That's a fit.
God, look at the dog tags and the.
I'm fucking with that.
Theon.
Fucking serving that shit. God damn. Yeah,
Oh.
they really are cute. Almost makes me want to eat them.
What the fuck, George?
I'd feel so sorry for them. Did you know? I hear the Japanese are the only people in the world who go to aquariums and say how delicious everything looks.
Is that so? I'm sure even Americans, Italians would want to eat these.
George giving third active villain vibes.
Damn.
Dude, a George heel turn would be crazy.
Immediately try to deflect that he said something weird. His
Yeah.
clothes look good on you. Really. Shannon clutched at her chest with both hands in embarrassment. She apparently felt like she was being made fun of for wearing these clothes she wasn't used to. Though George's face didn't show it, he'd actually said something so completely unexpected that it surprised even him. And he was as embarrassed as Shannon on the inside. However, when he saw how embarrassed Shannon was, he started to imagine he was teasing a girl he liked. And instead
Oh
of
my god.
embarrassment, a ticklish amusement welled up in him.
Okay, George.
No, he wasn't just imagining it. He really was teasing the girl he liked. Before now, he wouldn't have expected to hear a line like that anywhere these days, not even in a manga or something. In fact, he'd seen another couple acting like this. His first instinct would be to start throwing rocks at them. What the
Oh
fuck?
god.
But even if someone were to start throwing
oh.
rocks at us now... Oh, Is it George
Yep,
now?
I guess it's George.
George narrator, okay.
George narrator.
But even if someone were to start throwing rocks at us now, should they be no different than confetti celebrating our relationship? Now I can't even remember those lonely days, when I felt jealous of couples who were completely oblivious to their surroundings. To use an old-fashioned phrase, these really are rose-colored days I'm living in. So entranced that I barely noticed that a massive tank in the world's largest aquarium anymore. Instead, all I see are the expressions flitting across Shannon's face as she plays with the fish.
Oh! It's amazing, isn't it? It's my first time seeing a large tank enough for a whale to swim in.
I think this tank is the biggest selling point here, and it's the biggest in the whole world.
I'm digging this. I wish we had more of this initially, because the reason I couldn't get attached to these guys before was that there wasn't enough slice of life without the drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
no,
need some wholesome.
We just got that one gazebo scene. If they had another couple like little rendezvous bits, it would have been like,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. But I'm watching this now, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't fuck with you guys before, but this shit cute as fuck.
That's amazing.
It's
It's really wonderful.
You good?
It doesn't even look like a tank at all. More like they sliced off a part of the sea with a knife and brought it here.
Right, this really is a little sea. Despite its size, I hadn't thought of the tank as anything more than a tank. That's why I found her metaphor so interesting. No matter how far humans broaden their experiences, they always end up viewing the world through a lens of their own values. Maybe that's why it's so interesting to interact with people who have different worldviews. I voiced my thoughts on this. She responded.
True, this may not be the real sea, but if those little guys swimming in there believe it's the sea, then that's what it is.
Even though they're inside a finite tank?
The sea is finite too. Then again, if the sea were infinite, how much could we cover in our whole lives? I'm sure it'd only be a minuscule fraction of the sea.
Well, actually, when you would divide by infinity, you would just get another set of infinity, so you'd actually be making no progress at all mathematically.
That's really fire.
Depends on the size of the infinity.
There's size infinities? I'm
Yes.
cooked.
Yes, there are.
I'm
there are legit some infinities that are larger than others.
What? Can you give me an example?
No.
Dude, come on.
It's a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing. I read the paper on it and I still don't get it, but it's a thing. I don't know.
Alright, I'll take your word for
tried.
it.
I tried to understand it.
I was hoping we could teach something to the chat, but we're just all idiots here.
Yep.
I don't know fucking theoretical physics. Oh, it is George. Okay,
Yep.
sorry. I just had a
You're
stroke.
good.
You're right. It's ironic, isn't it? Even the world is so vast, most of us humans live our lives without ever leaving our own country.
If the inhabitants of a place believe they're living in a complete world, then even the bottom of a narrow well could be a wonderful world, an entire ocean. At least to the frogs that live there.
Okay, I think this is back to
yeah,
third
yeah,
person.
I think so.
Shannon, who spent her days as a servant on a small island 10 kilometers in circumference called Rokenshima, said that with a smile. I need to practice this accent, so I'm gonna push myself.
Do it. Push yourself.
It's gonna be painful, but I'm gonna do it. I
Turn of the
haven't done
golden
Scottish in
age.
too long, so I'm just gonna.
Honestly, I think that might fit episode 2.
Perfect.
So where the fuck do we pick up from when episode 2
boy,
like,
credits.
actually starts happening?
Credits.
Oh shit, we got an intro?
Shinomiya Battler.
Shinomiya Battler. Shinomiya
It's just their
George.
names
Jessica.
superimposed.
Yeah, the
Maria.
cast list, guys. This is so fire.
Voiced by 3 Gays Online.
This would be way funnier if it had the Full House theme song over it, and it like cut to like shots of them from the actual game and the CGs and
Doing
stuff.
the
That would've been very funny.
turnaround.
Just pictures of them like dead.
Just corpses.
Yeah.
Shredded with half her face fucking off.
Hideyoshi's picture has got to be him in the bathtub.
Beatrice.
Pedro!
Dude. Wow. Guys, this is
When the seagulls cry. Ooga booga.
Will the seagulls cry? Who knows?
They're crying. They must be sad.
I don't know, if it starts raining, I'm gonna shit myself.
That's so real.
What the fuck? Where are we?
I think we're still inside the aquarium.
Oh, okay. The date continues.
Yeah.
After we finished walking through the whole aquarium, we had a small lunch at a restaurant with a nice view. The word buffet has the power to make any boy's heart leap. George is no best character. That's all it took for me now.
This guy gets
that
it.
would switch my. See, that's all I needed to hear. Let's go.
The man likes food, baby.
If you're poor, you love a good buffet.
True.
You love a goddamn
And the crazy part
buffet.
is, rich people like them too. It's universal.
Universal, free,
Yeah.
a lot of free food.
Once you. Yeah, there was a Chinese buffet by my house that closed down that I missed so bad called
No.
Eat First Chinese Buffet.
Oh,
And,
fire.
and they didn't even have it was called Eat First because that's what it stood for, but they never had it written down anywhere. It was just called EF Buffet, and that was it.
That's
Oh,
fire.
that's fire.
I love that place. They had the best crab rangoon.
Yeah,
Oh,
chat, support
so
local
good.
business.
Yeah, don't let those places die. I was like that myself once. Sorry, I was thinking about crab rangoon.
Did it tell me a crab gooned and ran?
That's fire.
But with Shannon beside me, this buffet felt different. I couldn't shamefully pile on the things I liked. There's some girls who are into that. I was, how should I put it, worried about my appearance and chose a menu suited for a snob. Toast, salad, and a coffee. If I'd been myself, I would have made a pile of oily stuff like yakisoba, mashed potatoes, gratin, and so on. Shannon, is that going to be enough for you? If it is, then I guess men are animals with really bad fuel efficiency.
That's not what I...
On Shannon's tray, there was only a tea and salad. Maybe the mere fact that I thought she was a whole plate short proved I was thinking with a man's stomach.
Actually, I should be asking you the same thing. Don't you think men should eat a little bit more than that? I imagine you normally eat much more for lunch, right?
Right. Dang. Come to think of it, you already know how much I eat normally because of meals I've had at the head family household.
That's right. So I was worried you might have an upset stomach today.
Shannon was kind enough to guess that I wasn't feeling well. Looks like my stupid attempt to show off made her worry. And apparently, my stomach wasn't going to let me show off any longer. Okay, I'll confess. I was trying to look cool. I held back because I was with a girl.
I thought so. Considering how much you eat during lunch at the family conferences, I thought this wasn't nearly enough. Please, don't be so reserved and feel free to go choose another dish.
It's not fair for only me to be embarrassed. How about you, Shannon? How will you be able to keep up with the Oshiramiya family workload on such a sparse diet? Shannon fell silent and blushed bright red.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Apparently, I wasn't the only one showing off. When I realized that my embarrassment disappeared completely. Oh, so that's not enough for you either, is it? I usually eat a bit more than this for lunch.
A woman's stomach is made of magic. What the fuck? So this is enough.
So we've both been showing off to each other. Let's not hold back anymore, shall we? I smiled to show that I wouldn't make fun of her anymore and rose from my seat. After finally coming to Okinawa, it'd be a waste if we didn't eat some bitter melon. I'll go get some fried bitter melon or something. I read it. Hello?
No, you said Shannon, come with me. Damn, did it cut out?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I think I might have been the internet.
Oopsies.
Come on, come on.
Yes.
To anyone watching us, we might seem like an incredibly charming and embarrassing couple. But it's only after becoming a couple that you realize. To us, this exchange of words is everything, our entire world. That's why no matter how much everyone else stares at us with blank expressions, we never notice. Indeed, at this age, I finally understand the feelings of couples who want to endlessly flirt without any regard for their surroundings. After I returned with the plate piled up with fried food, Shannon arrived with a pretty cake. While laughing at our fake stoicism, we resumed our lunch. Even though it's a restaurant with a view of the sea, it's so cloudy. Luckily, our window seats gave us a view of seaside scenery so grandiose that it extended even beyond our field of vision. However, because of the cloudy sky, we were only seeing a fraction of its usual beauty.
Yum.
That's right. If it were clear, we'd undoubtedly see a deep blue sea.
Yep, I bet you're already used to seeing the sea around Rokkenjima, but the deep blue sea here would surely be a sight to see. Well, it's a real shame.
Oh, but no matter how blue the sea is at work, it might as well be gray to me. But I'm not working today, so,
Jeez.
Apparently, Shannon was doing her best to say an embarrassing line. But I didn't let her get off easy.
Damn! Damn!
So close. If only he'd said when watching the sea alone with you, George Sama. It looks deep blue no matter how gray it is. I'd have given you full marks and a prize.
I'm sorry.
Oh god. Sorry. Is
that George?
Yeah, it's George.
You want to hear what the prize was?
If you don't mind telling me.
Oh.
Nah, I won't tell you.
Damn, George! That's not fair.
Oh.
All right. Jesus.
Okay, all right, George.
When I was in elementary school, I was always the kid who got bullied. When everyone teased me, I grew nervous and speechless to the delight of the bullies. Back then, I wondered why everyone teased me. But now, teasing Shannon like this, I understand why. Why you doing being a dick? It's so much fun.
Damn, George! Fuck!
Damn, okay, Jesus Christ, George.
Fuck,
Didn't realize you were a
George.
fucking animal,
Oh
goddamn.
my God, George!
Jesus.
Calm
He's
down.
a kinky bastard. I didn't know that. Okay.
What if it was called Umifrika? And
Yeah.
George got freaky.
Damn, George! Damn.
George Secret Dom Daddy fucking shit. Jesus.
Rich Dom Daddy.
I can play with their emotions however I please. And I can have them all to myself. Damn.
Fuck.
Right now, I can't think of any greater pleasure. That's why I have to go easy on her. It's not as though I want to make her feel embarrassed and upset. So I decided to be nice and change the subject. Best to not be too obstinate.
Damn, George! Fuck.
George is like, Kinky bastard.
You're a kinky bastard, George. I like you. Damn. He said I was bullied as a kid. Now I'm a dom.
No, that's how that works.
Fire.
When you finish your lunch, do you want to take a walk on the beach? Maybe the clouds will clear up and we'll get a beautiful view of the sea.
That's right. I want to go see it.
Yeah, let's do it. But that cake really does look delicious. Maybe I'll go get one of those too.
He just eats Shannon's butt. Anyway, you must.
That's for fan art, Brie. That's not.
If you eat cake after eating so much, you'll get fat.
Oh my god.
It looks like Hideyoshi-sama's
Oh shit, she fired back.
So if you get chubby if you don't take care.
Dude, Adam, watch out, man.
Adam, no, it's Shannon.
Adam, I'm in.
Shannon, you won't stop liking me if I get fat, will you? After all, I wouldn't stop liking you if you got fat. Oh,
Yes!
damn, he pulled the move.
Yes!
He pulled the move. He pulled the chubby girl supremacy.
Yes!
Let's go, George,
George!
I didn't mean it that way. If you don't take good care of your body, it'll be bad for your health.
Mother warns me all the time, too. I wonder if I'll have to take up... I know a Tai Chi Kwan?
I guess.
Never heard of that. Or something like she does and get some exercise.
When going on a diet, it's better to start by rethinking your eating habits, rather than just exercising all the time. Apparently, the exercise only helps if you're eating well first.
And in other words, you're telling me to hold off on the cake, huh? Then I guess I'll just have to gaze at you while you stuff your cheeks with it, Shannon.
Damn.
A whole cake is probably too much, but maybe just half of one would be okay. Here, it's really delicious.
Shannon cut her own cake and tried to move half to my dessert plate. I had no doubt that she would wanted to share the delicious cake's flavor with me. However, I meanly pulled my plate away from her. She blinked in surprise. I didn't. This is not the personality
He's
I'd
so
expect George to have
freaky.
outside of the family
He's so
function. Like, goddamn, this is a surprise.
Yeah, dude. Dude, he had them
She
dog
blinked in
tags on. We should have
surprise.
known.
Yeah, should have known. He got the fucking Love Ents app on his phone and everything. I bet.
In 1984.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't forget. This is a fucking dear God. Your
Dude.
giant radio receiver.
Fire! Fire!
She couldn't seem to figure out if I was refusing the cake or not.
Wow.
So I winked, opened my mouth, and said,
So that's what you really wanted. Sheesh, you're such a pampered child, George-sama.
Why are you getting close at that?
oh, close up.
Please say
Titties.
Did it!
With a partly embarrassed, partly exasperated face, Shannon offered the cake to me with a fork.
Chomp.
Tasted like a cheap chocolate cake you might find anywhere.
No, that's so. No, Adam said he gets it from his mom. That's so real. That's you.
Oh,
know she,
that is so
know
real.
she's whipping
That
it
is
around.
so. Yeah. Mom taught him how to be dumb.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's so silly.
Yet, tasted like a cheap chocolate cake you might find anywhere, and yet, it was exceptional. Because eating cake in such an embarrassing way, as if it were a couple of perfect fools, had been my dream for many years. It made this cake's flavor heavenly. If the earth is destined to end, I wouldn't have any regrets if it happened right now. It was such a moment of bliss.
Wow. Damn, guys.
Uh,
God
damn.
damn.
Learning shit about George I did not expect.
Eehee.
After that, we gathered shells, ran from waves, and enjoyed each other's company while walking along the beach. In the end, the clouds never parted. However, we both believed that the sea reflected in our eyes was deep blue.
Somehow I'm so happy that it scares me.
You do say that from time to time. What is it you're afraid of?
I'm a servant of the Ushinomiya family. For someone like me to be walking like this with a member of the family, it just felt like it was too much for me.
I'm also surprised. I didn't just meet you yesterday or today, Shannon-chan. We've known each other for years now. However, we can only meet during those family meetings that only happen a few times a year. Back then, I couldn't even imagine having the sort of relationship where I could spend time with you like this. It was the same for you too, right?
Oh, the glasses.
Huh?
I did imagine it. No, I mean, maybe I should call it a kind of daydream. I did think about what it'd be like being in a relationship with you, a boy who was always so gentlemanly and considerate. Though it was only ever a fantastic daydream.
Then we must have your believing heart to thank for our relationship. Magic dwells in the power of love. So I'm sure that magic brought us together.
You're right. I really do think it was magic.
But you know, it's not actually true. As you kept looking more and more beautiful every year, you became a larger and larger presence in my mind too. If the same thing happened to you, then the fact that we're here today is simply an inevitable consequence, rather than something caused by magic or a miracle.
No, a miracle did happen, George-sama.
She stopped walking down the beach, gazing out beyond the sea. A miracle?
No, it was magic. It happened.
I was bewildered by that slightly mysterious phrase, which I sometimes heard her use. Magic, you say?
Yes, magic. I doubt you'd believe me if I explained, so I won't. But this bit of magic definitely had the power to grant the miracle that brought us together.
Talking about some kind of ritual?
Yeah, you might call it something like that. Except that it really was magic, not just some ritual.
Maybe it's all girls, not just Shannon, who tend to treat encounters as miracles or coincidences. For a man like me, an encounter with a girl is 70% hard work to try and make her like you, 20% courage, and 10% coincidence. The part that means everything to her is such a smaller factor, in my mind. Maybe that way of thinking itself is calculating and typical of men. But if I said that out loud, it might dissolve all kinds of magic. To my mind, there were lots of coincidences, compromises, and expended effort to both sides before we gained the relationship we have today. At the culmination of all that, we get to spend this joyful time together, and if she wants to call that magic, I've got no objections to her choice of words. So I'll stand up for that magic. You're right. If the same fate were repeated 100 times, maybe you and I could get into a relationship like this only one of those times. In other instances, even though we'd be aware of each other, maybe we would have only maintained a reserved relationship after all this time.
The music.
Jeez, the music.
Jesus Christ.
This is so emotionally
Drama.
heavy for this. From the perspective of those other me's and you's, you and I are undoubtedly a miraculous relationship right now.
That's not what I meant. It really was magic. No matter how often you tell men something like this, they'll never believe it. Kaneko didn't believe me at all either.
I believe you. I'd hate for the magic to fade away because I didn't believe in it.
George-sama.
In a small voice, I apologized for saying something that trivialized her magic. Shannon seemed to be glad to hear me say that. After all, if two people believed in the magic of love, it becomes eternal.
We are voice actors.
Yeah, we'd be acting.
We are acting with our voices.
No, dude, we're not very good, actually.
Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that was
I've
fucking
only been
Hey,
beautiful,
doing this
excuse
for like,
you.
what, 6 years? 7 years?
Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, we've been around the block once or twice, perhaps.
Once or twice.
Dude, that was actually really, really nice. I really like their relationship.
They're
Yeah,
so
sweet.
fucking cute.
Yeah, I didn't say a lot because I was kind of sitting back watching the whole time. But I also like how this demonstrates another aspect of you
Both
know,
of their personalities.
yeah, right, and they're sort of what leads to them being able to believe in Beatrice when Battler can't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because they're using the love as an
They
example
believe
of
in
like
the magic of love.
how you can believe in something just because you want to,
Yeah.
Yeah. It also explained George's haircut more and how he's able to pull it off. I understand.
Oh yeah.
I understand now. That's right. I was wondering if you'd be willing to agree to a little whim of mine.
Yes? What is it?
You call me George-sama, right? It's not that I dislike it, but would you consider not calling me that anymore? Of course, you have to keep up your appearance with the Shiromiya family, so I wouldn't force you to do so during our everyday routine on Rokkenjima. But when we're alone, I'd rather you didn't call me that. Yeah, let's make that a rule.
A rule? What would happen if I violated that rule?
You don't want to know.
Oh boy! Maybe we should have some kind of punishment game if you break the rule.
Ooh.
Yes, what should it be? Wanna hear?
Damn.
No, I don't want to hear.
I'll have to think about what it should be.
Okay, George-san?
Damn, George.
Yeah. I love the way that sounds. I'm so happy, Shannon.
I also have another name. It's Sayo.
Okay, so that does place this is in the past
Yeah.
before the next family. Okay. Because this would be because he already knew by that time
Yeah.
what her Japanese name was, right?
Yeah, he already knew his proposal. Or
Okay,
the
gotcha.
gazebo scene.
Okay, gotcha. I see. The rule's got to be fair after all. I'd follow it too. From now on, I'll call you Sayo. Okay? Sayo?
Yes.
I held her shoulder and drew her close. When
my
I
God.
forcefully pulled her delicate body down towards
Good
me,
God.
she drove into my chest like a doll. As I held her head in my arms, we both looked at the horizon. What a deep blue sea. I'm so happy we got to look at the sea, just the two of us.
Me too. I'm so glad to have a chance to look at this deep blue sea with you.
See, because they wanted to have a deep blue sea, they're looking at a deep blue sea and everything. It's the magic of love.
And the power of love. As we gazed,
As we gay.
I can't talk. As we gazed at the gray sea, and the light rain began to sprinkle down, we kept listening to each other's heartbeats.
Wow.
Wing.
Wing. Wing.
Oh.
You see, if we go over the scene of Shannon dying again and George discovering again, I'm gonna have a lot more emotional fuel to act that now. Is this George still?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's Battler. Memories we do.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Oh, I think it is Battler.
Oh my god. Am I back?
Wait, I don't know.
Is
he
it him?
back?
Do you think it's
is
him?
it the boy?
wait.
You're the
No. I think this is Shannon.
Oh my god.
She torments me, saying I'll be furniture as long as I stay in God's paradise. So I decided to choose the path of knowing love and tried to become a person. Those days were like sweet honey. But at the time, I didn't realize that they'd be the start of a new kind of suffering.
Oh, is she gonna blame herself for this?
I've arrived at a small island on a motorboat I've only just learned how to use. No, this can hardly be called a small island. It's little more than a rock jutting out of the water. On this rock is a torii and a small shrine. It was probably built to worship the guardian deity of Rokenjima. Even though I don't know exactly what it signifies, I know it has to be something holy. Even in a place like this, I've got to take just one more look around to see if there's anyone who might get mad at me for coming. I see nothing but the stormy ocean, Nijima looming in the distance, and the waves breaking against Rokenjima's steep cliffside. I ready myself, timidly approach the small shrine, and take the mirror that lies there as an offering. The mirror looks old, cloudy, and dirty. That would probably make any normal mirror seem horribly cheap. However, since the mirror has been placed in this small shrine, its appearance seems to give some sort of divine quality to it. And there's one thing I can tell. This is no simple mirror. It may seem like an old, battered mirror to a non-believer like myself, but it has a great significance. Is it really okay to break this after being captivated by honeyed words? No, this isn't really a mirror. This is the life I couldn't escape until today. My fate. I'll break it. I'll smash it and seize the life that lies beyond this mirror. If I don't smash it, my life will be a pair of facing mirrors forever. Nothing will ever change in the slightest. The witch whispers to me. She tempts me to take a bite of the fruit of knowledge. Or maybe I've already tasted of that fruit. After all, I've already experienced those maddening emotions. Just as Adam and Eve felt compelled to pluck their fig leaves, I can no longer go on without breaking this mirror. I've struggled with conflicting emotions for many days before this moment. Inside my heart, the virtuous part of me kept on fighting that part that sides with the witch. And now here I am. The part of me that's here right now. Win or lose. There's only one thing I know. To obtain something, you must be ready to lose something. Cowards who don't risk anything, who never try to change anything, will never be given the key that opens the path to a new future. That key is already in my hands. And that key is to break this, to smash it. Is there any other effort I can make as furniture imprisoned in Rokenjima? No, this is the only way for me. Come, have courage. I'll free myself from being mere furniture. And by accepting a new kind of suffering, I'll become human. This is surely a small, yet large trial I must impose on myself. Come on, smash it. I'll smash to pieces the eternally unchanging fate that imprisons me. I raise the mirror high. I think back on the days of conflict that came before, and finishing my reflections in the blink of an eye, I throw it down. thunder roars, crying out against me for my outrageous act. It truly is the hatred of angels, trying to banish me from eternal paradise. I look down at the mirror tumbling at my feet, broken in 2 equal parts. And after making sure I've accomplished my task, I scream up at the raging skies. I've kept my promise! Now, it's your turn to keep yours, right? Thunder roars once more. I've already been banished from paradise, so I'll have to struggle on my own if I want to live. The witch told me that is the single element of this world. To lose it means losing the world. Like how a canteen with a hole in the bottom can't be filled, no matter how much water you pump into it. I've kept my promise. Now it's turn to keep yours. Please grant my wish, Beatrice-sama! Wow, guys,
Wait.
that was
Go
really
up.
epic.
Do we get to see it?
My mind wandered. Back to the days when I could barely imagine the happiness I have now. I was a middle schooler at the time. A normal girl who thought about love as much as you'd expect of someone of that age. But in truth, it was wrong of me to have that dream. After all, I am furniture. Furniture is nothing more than a tool, not a human. As a person less than human, simply receiving an education was an enormous blessing. So in reality, even thinking about falling in love was more than I deserved. The Yoshiromiya Family Conference was a customary event held every October, but relatives sometimes visited at other times. Of
I'm
course,
having PTSD just by seeing the damn curtains. Oh god, here we go.
So
Oh boy.
is chapter 2 about Shannon? Dude, don't act like you don't know. Don't even do that with me.
Of course, they didn't just come to street tea.
Dude.
Oh, hey guys.
On this day, Ava's family was visiting the head family in Rokenjima. The 3 members of Krause's family and the 3 members of Ava's family had gathered in the parlor, and were having a friendly chat about recent events. Genji had supposedly told Kinzo of Ava's family's arrival, but he still hadn't come down. He was probably immersed in his research and couldn't spare the time. This often happened, so the others waited patiently for their fickle father to arrive.
Pickle fodder.
Oh my god, it's Kraus.
He's back. He's
Yeah,
back.
guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Finally.
Back again.
Does he have blue eyes? I was gonna be like my glorious blue-eyed king.
I think so.
But I don't know.
I don't
Yeah, because he's blonde for some reason, isn't he?
know. Yeah.
It's so weird.
He's the dirty blonde.
He's dirty.
How promising. Make sure you work hard under your father, building the skills you'll need if you want to lend him a hand soon.
Thank you very much. I've learned countless precious things from the many experienced people Father has introduced me to. And these were all things I could never have learned in school.
Yeah, you know, now that I'm saying it again, I'm really not fucking with the mustard jacket.
I like the pink and red on Hideyoshi, though.
Oh yeah, dude. No, he's got fits. Honestly, everybody kind of except George has got going on. I don't know what's up. It's just his choice of color.
I think perhaps his mom chose it for him. That's my headcanon.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Or dressed
when
by
he
his
dressed
mom.
himself for that date,
Yeah, it was fire.
The pink tie is ugly as shit. Ban this guy.
banned, banned.
Dude, we are not disrespecting Goat right now. I just won't tolerate it.
Look at this thin pencil mustache, lined the fuck up with that hairline.
His wife did not.
Fucking
His wife
red
did not leave him.
shirt.
She loves him. She pegs him every night.
Dude,
Every night.
Every night.
This man has fucking Taz build, all right? He could suplex you so hard.
Oh my god, dude.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. I actually do need a sippy.
Jason, you can't say that. You can't say that, Jason. Jason!
That's tough.
When you're in school, it's not math and language you're learning. What they're really teaching you is the right outlook and attitude for learning more. Once you've got that base, you can finally start a long period of study that'll last your entire life. People who don't get this end up spending their whole lives as fools who never learn. Just getting full marks in math and language won't do you any good at a company.
Indeed, that's exactly right. Hideyoshi-san, your style of education never fails to impress.
Never mind, his eyes are like brownish.
Yeah, they look like hazel.
Huh.
George isn't quite a full man yet. He'd better always keep that in mind and embrace his studies.
Stop it, dear. George is always giving it his all, right? Truly admirable. I wish our Jessica would learn from him.
Dude, that sprite of her really kills me,
Yeah.
actually.
Jason!
Oh,
Jason! You can't say that! Jason, thank you for the 100 bits, Jason. Fuck you.
Redeemed ugly ass Jason.
Has made himself the villain.
You know
of
what?
the
I like this
stream.
guy's energy. He's spending bits just to hate.
Just spend 100
fuck
bits to
that.
just trash Hideyoshi.
Yeah, me too, Adam. I'm used to seeing her with a fucking firearm at
Yeah.
this
Wow.
point. Seeing her without a gun is like,
Jeez, are you still holding a grudge about that test score? I'm studying for tests the best I can. At least don't say it here. Pissing me off.
Hell yeah.
Once people started praising George for his diligence, the conversation usually turned to Jessica, who hated studying. Jessica made an openly displeased face as though she'd known this would happen.
My. Schoolwork aside, it seems Jessica had better learn to choose her words a little more gracefully. How improper for the single daughter who bears the weight of the Ushiromiya family crest.
Come now, she's quite appealing in her own way, isn't she? Times change. The time when we had to act all modest to entertain men ended long ago.
That's right, that's right! I knew you'd understand, Aunt Ava.
My headache is truly tiring today.
Are you okay? Natsuhi, you're looking a bit pale.
Okay, Jason, you can only trash talk Hideyoshi if you have money in front of it.
No.
You can only do that.
Thank you, I'm fine.
Still, time really has flown. It feels like just yesterday when you would run around half naked by the beach and come back soaked. Wasn't your Jessica-chan the same? And now she's a lady who fusses over how to put on makeup. I see you focused on your eyebrows. You look really cute today.
Thank you very much! No one noticed, so I was a bit unsure of myself. A smile rose to Jessica's face as the results of her own studies were finally appreciated. Ava smiled back in the same way. Then she turned that smile towards Natsuhi.
Come on, Natsuhine-san. You must take notice of small changes in your own child. Poor Jessica-chan. You probably wanted your mother to notice first, didn't you?
She's so awful.
God damn it, Jason.
That's the ugliest man ever. He gets pegged so his wife doesn't see his face.
He gets pegged so his wife doesn't see his face!
Oh yeah.
Fuck you! You started a hype train for that, Jason? Oh no. Hold on. Oh, we reached the bits goal. Thanks, Jason! Wow!
Yep. You know, chat, I'm switching teams. Chat, can we get a hype train if you hate Hideyoshi? Get some bits up in this bitch, you feel me?
Literally crying.
Yeah, I'm proud of Jason for sticking to his laurels.
Yeah.
That's fire.
No problem, no problem. That person, good God, that person never notices anything.
Jessica, I cannot condone you speaking of your mother in such a fashion. Apologize.
Later, I will speak to you at length about your language. If you don't want kids getting in your way, just say so. I'm gonna take a step outside. It's getting stuffy in here. Jessica!
Jessica was still at the age where tests and entrance exams are pretty nerve-wracking. Recently, she clashed often with her mother, who was enthusiastic about her education. Excuse me. Kya? Kya?
Yeah.
Oh wait, that is not me anymore. That's third person. Get in here, Scottish man.
Northern narrator.
Yeah, just one second. Jessica, who was trying to leave the parlor in a bad mood, bumped into Shannon, who was pushing a serving cart filled with tea.
Shannon, no need to worry about my tea. I'm just gonna go wander around the garden. Milady.
Shannon, the tea is getting cold. Serve it quickly.
My apologies.
Is this... Okay. Oh, yeah, no, because it's talking about Shannon. Okay.
Yeah.
Shannon hadn't actually done anything wrong, but Natsuhi, who felt like something shameful to herself had been shown, lashed out at her emotionally. This was something that often happened in the Oshiromiya family. But it seems Shannon wasn't strong-willed enough to just accept it and move on. She shrank back and cowered while serving the tea. She had the unfortunate habit of making more mistakes when she cowered. Her pitiful appearance ruined the peaceful atmosphere that had existed a moment before. It wasn't really Shannon's fault, but she thought she might be the source and felt the pressure on her chest. Her shaking fingers made the utensils clang, and you couldn't have called it graceful, not even just to be polite. The more pitiful she appeared, the greater the silence grew, the more irritated Natsuhi looked, and the more Shannon cowered. Shannon's thin neck felt like it was being suffocated and choked by the reaper known as stress. At that time, George spoke brightly, blowing away the stiff atmosphere. It smells nice. What kind of black tea is it?
This is...
No, don't say it. I'll guess. It's a very distinctive smell, so I'll probably know it. Is it Earl Grey?
I think it probably is.
Yep, I'll bet it's Earl Grey. When you get back to the kitchen, dear God, I had another show.
When you get back in the chicken, check the kitchen.
She's making chicken.
When you get back to the kitchen, check the tin.
Oh.
Dude, wait. I'm sorry, I'm beving up.
Life is like
Oh, the mic can't even hear that. That was a good sounding pour, too.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was feeling the silence.
George Coon, you know a lot about black tea, don't you?
One of the company presidents who's looked after me was very knowledgeable about black tea. Managed to pick up a little while listening to him discuss the subject.
Oh yeah, the president of Okonogi Food. That sort of trivia is that guy's specialty. Okonogi Food.
I don't know why that delivery fucking that's so good.
Okonogi
Food. That was fucking iconic.
Playing wallpaper in chat, I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
They aren't able to see it. Luckily.
They can't? No, I'm so sad.
I got double that too because I got it in the stream and on
That's fire.
and from Steam.
That's so funny.
The names of black teas often refer to the places they're made, right? So, did this come from a place with that name?
From what I've heard, there was a person called Earl Grey in England long ago. It was named after him. You know those white people.
Wow.
True.
Furthermore, this distinctive smell doesn't come from the leaves, but from a fruit called bergamot, which is relative of the mandarin orange.
Oh, that makes sense. It's got a little
Bergamot?
fruity smell.
Bergamot?
Is that so? I never knew that. Learning things like that makes tea taste all the more delicious. Good God, Hideyoshi!
They been good for
Hell
alcohol
yeah.
and cigarettes. Luxury items have a taste of romance. Knowing stuff like this deepens the taste.
That thing goes for alcohol and cigarette. It's the same thing as reading the list of benefits on a medicine. Okay, what the fuck?
Placebo.
Natsuhi Nessa, you should try reading the explanation on your favorite headache medicine someday. I'm a bitch.
She is a bitch, but I do like. She's always
She's a cunty
fucking
bitch.
clever. She is. I do like Ava.
That's a wonderful
God.
idea.
Jesus
Try
Christ.
it tonight.
Take
He
the
like
whole
gets in her
bottle.
face.
Yes, I'll do so.
Shannon-chan, try opening that pot. You should find some dried bergamot. Bergamot. I don't know. How do you
Bergamot?
pronounce that?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's
I got it.
fancy or not. Is it fancy?
Bergamo?
Hold on. Wait. I'm getting it.
Bergamore?
Bergamot.
Bergamot.
It's bergamot?
Yeah.
Fucking British people, dude.
Bergamot.
It's fucking bergamot, innit?
Bergamot.
You should find some dried bergamot mixed in with the tea leaves in it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's in there. Something like dried orange peel is mixed in.
Yeah, that's probably bergamot. Fuck. I fucking gaslit myself. The main ingredient in Earl Grey's scent. The scent is vivid, so you might expect the taste to be intense, but it's still gentle and easy to drink. If you make it with milk, the scent should become more mild, which works great. If there's anything left in the pot you've poured for everyone, you really should try drinking it with milk.
Yes, thank you very much.
George gave her a small wink. Shannon finally realized that George had kind-heartedly swept aside the tense atmosphere in the room. And he had done it for the sake of Shannon herself, the cowering servant. The Ashiromiya family did not pamper their servants, and the display of awkwardness would be harshly punished. So it was rare for them to be given a helping hand like this. Thanks to George's kindness, Shannon managed to regain control of herself and finish serving tea without further incident. As long as she stayed calm, she could carry out her work elegantly and flawlessly. By the time the black tea was laid out on the table and its elegant scent began to fill the room, the atmosphere had completely returned to its former peaceful mood, and everyone praised George's knowledge.
Oh god,
Shannon
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Shannon wanted to thank him for saving her, but it didn't look like she would get the chance. So she decided to at least thank him inside her heart, praying to God that George would hear it as she pushed the serving cart away.
Wow. Wow.
How nice.
Oh.
It is pretty cute to see that fucking dynamic of their relationship, where it's
Yeah.
like, let's not...
Yeah, my family are
Yeah.
assholes. God damn it.
George Neeson always lends a helping hand at times like that, by changing the topic or something.
Fucking goddamn it. Shannon and Jessica were in the rose garden. Jessica still hadn't returned to the parlor after getting into a fight with her mother and was nonchalantly killing time here.
When I think back on it, I get the feeling this isn't the first time he's helped me like that. Whenever I made a careless mistake and George was around, I'm sure he'd always naturally smooth things over and restore harmony. Maybe it wasn't something as direct as picking up a fork that had been dropped, but that was his way of caring. Even servants have their pride. They want to fix their own mistakes by themselves, and if a guest lends them a hand, they'll lose face. He's really good at reading between the lines when stuff like that happens. Well, I guess it's kind of like an art to him. That guy's more of a show-off than he looks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You.
Yeah, wow.
Fuck.
That's not true. I think he's a really wonderful person.
Shannon, you haven't fallen in love with George Neeson, have you?
for once Shannon had disagreed with Jessica in a slightly forceful tone, which immediately caught Jessica's attention.
No, that's not it. I think.
Come to think of it, I've hardly heard any stories about George Neeson in love. I think I remember hearing him say that family-oriented girls were his type, didn't I?
Sweet, that fits you perfectly, Shannon. It does? How could... I am not, suitable for such a thing. Not suitable? Like hell you aren't. You've known him so long. You're practically a childhood friend. They say that when you start from a natural relationship where you don't think of the other as a member of the opposite sex, things start to move pretty fast once you finally start thinking about it. There's no doubt.
Jessica loved teen magazines with this kind of story, and she was always getting excited about talking about that kind of thing with her friends. She was very quick to pick up on love stories like this, so this wasn't the first time Shannon had been exposed to this kind of story. But this certainly was the first time she'd started thinking of George as a member of the opposite sex. She was furniture, while George was an honoured guest and a member of the Oshiramiya family. Until now, she'd assumed that even imagining any deeper relationship with him would be impermissible. So, she hadn't thought of it. Since it was someone else's problem, it was all Shannon could do to hide her blushing cheeks. If George were to appear at a time like that, she'd have no chance of keeping her cool.
This does give off narrative at the beginning of Shrek. Real.
I'm trying to practice an accent. I'm trying my best. He saw George come out from the entrance hall of the mansion. It looked like he'd been... It looked like he'd seen them as well. He headed over, waving his hand. Shannon had to frantically try and regain her ordinary composure before George reached them. Oh, so this is when he's still talking, like, interacting with the family.
Yeah.
Interesting. Grandfather finally came down. Now that they're having an adult discussion, they chased me out.
Escaping them was the right choice. It'd be better to kiss the angel of death than look at grandfather's face.
You shouldn't speak that way, but, you know, I think grandfather might think of us as the angels of death. After all, we came here to talk about borrowing money for business reasons.
That's right. This wasn't the customary animal confidence. I don't know!
If his family had hesitated to apply for a business loan, maybe, from the head family, Kinzo had vast resources and he lent those out to his children. Of course, they didn't borrow money because they were living in poverty. How would they expand their businesses with the vast sums they wanted to borrow? How much interest would be attached, and how long would they have to repay it? This wasn't the sort of loan designed for the poor. It was a loan designed for those who were on the offensive. Kinzo strictly judged whether it would be worth lending out his fortune, and afterwards, he strictly oversaw its use. Sorokinjima would sometimes play host to this spectacle, where relatives visited and described their businesses to Kinzo. To the parents, these meetings burdened them with the strain of having to move a vast amount of money. But to Jessica, who lived on this isolated island called Rokinjima, it was a precious opportunity to meet up with her cousins. So being able to talk with the occasional guest, such as George like this, immediately cured the bad mood she'd gotten from the fight with her mother.
My family's totally stingy too. They probably got money to spare, so why not lend it out graciously? Dad and grandfather will probably get pig-headed and act all important.
It's natural to be prudent when lending money. Of course, my father will use what he borrows to expand his business, and he came with a plan that promises a solid probability of repayment. Everything else is left up to the presentation. But I really wish I could watch from the corner and learn. Mother chased me out. I'm a little let down.
It seems the master still tends to scold Kraus-sama and Ava-sama as if they were kids. I'm sure she didn't want to let her son see that.
As Shannon hung her head, she thought back on the scene familiar to those who worked in the mansion. Even Kraus, who acted haughtily towards his siblings, was still treated like a child by Kinzo. Shannon herself had often seen Kinzo slap Kraus and tell him to sit up straight. It was probably a very embarrassing thing to be coerced like this at his age. Taking care to avoid being present at times like that was one of the important responsibilities to be held by the servants working here. However, the fact that Shannon had ended up witnessing such a scene meant that she'd messed up at least once in the past. Yes, I imagine so. Maybe figuring that out and staying away is a part of a child's duty. Yeah, that aside, the flowers in this garden are truly splendid this year. George stretched as he said that, and he smoothly changed the subject away from one that was a little gloomy. This time, Shannon noticed it too. This person, George, could sensitively figure out the situation and always change the subject to something harmonious out of kindness.
Did he probably learn that because his mom's a bitch?
What, you telling if you go through a lot of trauma, you learn how to deflect away from the subject?
Yeah, bro. It's a survival tactic.
So you...
he got bullied in school! He got bullied in school!
Are you telling me that you could just tell people what to do and most of the time they do that and don't question it? It was so smooth that Shannon hadn't noticed it until today. Today, Shannon really had to admire the way George did that. One of the boys close to Shannon's age that she had known, and nearly all had been classmates during her period of mandatory education. But they all had been young, and none had possessed the composure George had. Mere moments ago, he'd just been another guest, but right now, she couldn't help but think of him as something more. So we're just going further and further back in time.
Yeah.
Such thoughts were mere distractions from her work as a servant. Shannon tried to chase them all away with a small shake of her head.
What's up? No, it's nothing. Shall I make some more tea? I will prepare some more of that Earl Grey.
Ah, so you've remembered the name of that tea. I'm glad.
Oh.
Thank you for your concern back then.
Shannon was finally able to put her gratitude into words. If you wrote it out, it wouldn't be very long, but Shannon had needed a little spark of courage to say it out loud. But George played dumb. But what do you mean? I don't remember doing anything I should be thanked for. He seemed to be playing the gentleman in his own way, letting her know she wasn't doing it out of desire for gratitude. George's response seemed to be more or less exactly what Jessica had predicted. She couldn't help but burst out laughing.
See? Isn't he a bit of a show-off at times like this?
No, that's not...
Jessica poked fun at Shannon as the latter remained silent, red-faced. George didn't know the details, but he naturally joined in, laughing the same way. The three of them lazily walked around the garden, catching up on recent events. George, as the oldest cousin, talked about his life experiences. Jessica talked about recent life on Rokkenjima, and Shannon talked about her recent work. They kept going on about these trivial things. Even when Shannon heard the others talk about deeply interesting things, she never felt any particular interest in the actual content of the stories. She was nothing more than a servant, and she had no intention of delving into her master's lives. She simply wanted them to enjoy their time speaking with her. and would only pretend to listen intently and nod at the right moments. But for some reason, the things George talked about today seemed to catch her interest powerfully. Even things she'd normally ignore felt like they contained a trace of kindness behind the words. For some reason, she wanted to know more things about George, no matter how trivial. So, she stared fixedly at him. She thought that as far as looks went, this Oshiromiya George was probably about average and didn't stick out in any particular way. But he was diligent, serious, and had a deep prudence which allowed him to understand people's hearts and show concern. But she'd never noticed these things before now. She may not have met him many times, but she'd known his face for many years. Even so, she hadn't noticed once until now. Shannon, embarrassed by her own obliviousness, blushed. George, perhaps thinking that Shannon would listen intently to his stories, kept talking happily and at length about things he'd done and seen. But Jessica didn't miss that slight change in Shannon, so she decided she'd change the conversation to the topic she was sure Shannon was most interested in.
Oh yeah, come to think of it, George Nissan, have you finally gotten a girlfriend or what? Jessica, the ultimate wingwoman.
Where did that come from? Normally, that reaction should have been answer enough. But for some reason, as she was now, Shannon wouldn't be able to understand it. Unless he said it clearly.
Trisama is very nice. So I'm sure, he's very popular.
Well,
What is Shannon? Isn't cornering him like that actually pretty mean?
I wasn't trying to be mean.
The face.
Flattered that you have that mistaken impression of me, but unfortunately, I still haven't had a relationship with any particular girl. After all, my looks are below average, as you can see. I can't speak tactfully in a way that can entertain a girl.
Oh, George, you're wrong.
He hasn't alphaed up yet.
He hasn't alphaed up yet.
I don't
think that's true. And I think a man's charm is decided by something that can't be measured by his appearance. That's why, I think you might be considered a very attractive man, George-sama.
Let's go! Let's go! Shannon was being uncharacteristically. Oh, dear God, that's a hard one to do in the accent. Alright, hold on. Hot pot, robot, hodgepodge. I've got to keep the accent going. Alright. Shannon was being uncharacteristically verbose. She hardly ever spoke at such length. George seemed fairly pleased to hear someone applaud his charm like this, but he was just a little surprised at this sudden high praise. Jessica, now sure her guess was spot on, appeared to be barely holding back laughter. Thank you, Shannon-chan. I hope I do bump into a girl who's generous enough to feel attracted to me before too long.
Yes, I'm sure you'll run into one. I'm sure there's at least one.
The unsubtle as fuck.
No, a lot of girls who will recognize your real charm.
Has a fucking heart attack. Oh god, it's different! Oh, the timeline! She probably wanted to say that there was at least one girl very close to him. Shannon avoided saying that much, throwing a final line as a servant.
Oh my god, George!
Really? I guess I'm kind of embarrassed.
Let's go!
He had probably never been praised this heavily by a girl before. George's face turned just as bright red as Shannon's. As she watched the two of them, Jessica giggled sadistically.
Why is literally all of the fucking Ushinomiya family like freaky? Why are all of them freaky?
Well,
I guess it runs in the family.
Yeah, Kinzo is freaky, so like
This truly is Umi Frico.
This truly is Umi
It
Frico.
really is Umi Frigo.
Well, I'm sure you'll eventually bump into a wonderful partner, George Nissan, but I doubt you'll be able to properly escort your partner as you are now, right? It looks like you're diligent, but you've completely abandoned your study of that. Huh?
What?
Huh?
I don't know. Okay. What is,
Just talk about fucking?
is that?
I don't know.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'll start studying that bit by bit.
And how do you plan to do that all by yourself? Are you gonna watch romance movies or something?
Oh, I think she just means like game.
Or are you gonna learn from Uncle Hideyoshi?
Well, you're acting pretty triumphant. Men are no match for girls when it comes to this sort of thing. Normally, when George and Jessica got together and their parents would say George is diligent and admirable, and Jessica is lazy and rude.
Adam, joking all by yourself, handsome? Fire.
So it's probably unbearable fun for Jessica to have their roles finally reversed. George realized this as well, so he resigned himself to being the one getting teased for once.
So, George Nissan, as long as you're okay with it, why not practice a bit with Shannon?
Just the act of wingmanning so hard.
It'll be your job to keep Shannon entertained all day long on a date. What do you think?
What are you, milady?
When she heard Jessica's audacious plan, Shannon's face turned a bright red with a poof. And the donut of smoke started to rise from her head. Ah, it's still anime. That's a very tempting plan, but I wouldn't want to burden Shannon-chan. It'd just end up wasting one of the precious days off, wouldn't it? I'd be putting in one of that... Blah, blah, blah. I'd be butting... Oh, okay, that makes more sense in my brain. I'd be butting in on that sacred time that she should be spending alone with someone she really likes. I couldn't do something so boorish.
I also, don't have a person I have feelings for or anything, so, there's there's no need to hold back for my sake. Please, God, please, please, please.
This is so adorable. Shannon's blood had all rushed to her head, and it looked like even she didn't know what she was babbling about. Jessica, and you have Shannon. She couldn't hide her cackling laughter anymore. Is that true?
Oh my god.
I can't believe a cute girl like you would be single, Shannon-chan.
I am a servant, so, of course I don't have any relationship with boys,
Which means that if Shannon ever wants a chance at getting herself a wonderful guy, she needs practice with relationships too, right? So you both want the same thing? Sweet. That'll be perfect.
See, why didn't they mix this in with the first chapter? Because I like Jessica a lot more now, too. Like, why did they order it like this? It just made the first chapter, like, unsatisfying the way it
They're just
ended.
being silly.
True, Adam. Jessica's like, you
Kiss,
two should
kiss,
kiss!
now kiss!
Jessica irresponsibly cheered the two of them on. By now, even George was hanging his head and turning red.
George, I've been calling to you for a while now. Didn't you hear me?
When Ava appeared in what was already an embarrassing situation, both of them got even more flustered. Jessica watched and laughed loudly. Mother, sorry, I was so engrossed in our conversation. I didn't notice.
Oh, Ava-sama, you have my dearest apologies.
It looks like you young kids are finally getting really fired up together. You're all about that age. I know how kids your age can talk about that sort of thing forever. What the fuck am I talking about? Come on, you're still young yourself, Aunt Ava. Please tell us how you and Uncle Hideyoshi met.
Oh
Oh my, there's no way I could say that. We met at a BDSM function.
That is they met at a fucking like swingers party,
You really,
some shit like that.
you really are so young.
So what is it, Mother? You called because you wanted something, right?
Your father and the rest have finished talking. We're going to talk to grandfather about you, so come on.
About me? What could that be?
The same thing you were all talking about just now. You know what I mean, right? No?
Oh, that. That isn't really something we need to talk about, grandfather, right?
What's going on? Wait, George and Nissan, are you getting married?
Oh no!
Congratulations!
Ah! Cocked. No, didn't I just say I didn't have any particular woman I was interested in?
This isn't something to brag about, is it? Good grief.
His own mom is like, no bitches.
No bitches.
Ava smiled bitterly, looking a little exasperated.
Oh, I get it. George Nissan, it's one of those, right? An OMII, a marriage meeting. A marriage meeting, you say?
Well, yeah. Surely, as a man, George wanted to find a partner by himself and bring her love home with him, so it seemed he thought it a bit pathetic to meet his partner for the first time in a marriage meeting arranged by his parents. Shouldn't marriage meetings be done at a more mature age? I still don't feel like I've become a full-fledged adult.
Of course, we have no desire to rush into an immediate engagement or marriage, right? There's nothing wrong with deepening your friendship first, and then having her move to our family register after you've gotten older and settled down.
Judging by Ava's forceful attitude and George's non-committal one, the others could catch a glimpse of the story behind this marriage meeting. They didn't know who George was supposed to be meeting, but surely it was someone who could profit from Ava's family in the business sense. Okay, no, it did change. Sorry. I wish it had a little bit more of a scroll.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't tell when it switches. The very fact that they'd been satisfied with a mere engagement to deepen the relationship between the two families, rather than an immediate marriage, made it feel almost like a political maneuver.
You see, marriage isn't something you should enter into only after you start liking someone. You marry first and then you adjust, because that's totally
Dear
normal.
God.
If you marry based purely on emotions, you'll always end up regretting it. There's certainly nothing wrong with choosing a person with a secure background for your partner in life, and then developing your affection later.
Aunt Ava, is that kind of that... Oh, isn't that kind of rude to Uncle Hideyoshi?
I love that man. I want to always be with him and to live my life by his side.
Ava-sama, that's wonderful. Truly splendid.
Thank you. But we built up those feelings while we were husband and wife, you see. And I believe that in the future we will be much, much closer than we are now.
Yo,
I think that's what's best for a married couple.
It is my time to go, by the way.
Oh.
But
Do
you guys want to wrap up,
Yeah.
or?
I mean, if we...
Because well, what I'm thinking is I want you guys to finish this. None of my characters have shut up this whole time. I can just watch the rest of on the VOD. I think I would hate to cut in the middle of this.
What do you think, Shane?
What do you think, Bree?
I mean,
But that's only if you guys. That's only if you guys are down to finish it without me.
I mean, I would like to finish the scene at least, so you just don't drop it off.
Yeah, we'll just get to the end of this scene.
Yeah.
Unless somehow Battler shows up. Hey
He's
guys,
like,
I'm
"Hey, guys,
14
I'm
and cringe. I'm 14 years old and worse than ever.
If that's
Boobs.
Boobs. I mean, as long as you're okay with that, then
Yeah, we'll
like
probably
I
just
said,
finish the scene.
Yeah, I'll just check out the VOD, and then
Cool.
I won't have missed anything.
Cool.
Sick.
Goodbye,
okay,
chat. I love
bye.
you.
I hope you're going to be doing something really interesting and really
wow,
fun.
wow. Okay, dude. You know what? Everything I do is interesting and fun. He wouldn't get it. But
Yeah.
anyways, goodbye, chat. It was nice spending time with you again. I hope my characters will be more relevant next time.
Okay.
Yeah, see you later,
Bye.
Mr. Depp. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, man. Jesus, I'm out of here.
Bye.
Fucking prima donna.
Dude, he's totally cheating on me. Guys, he's totally cheating on me in the background, guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's totally
Oh my
cheating on
God.
me. Here, Shane, since Eddie's gone, you're being bigger now. You're
I'm bigger?
Yeah.
Yes. I will go. Yes.
See?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting cucked right now. Sad. Anyway, let's continue.
I just realized if you like made my little character like a silhouette, I'd look like a melting candle. Like if you just blacked it.
I guess so, yeah. That's funny.
How does being cucked feel, Bree?
I feel sad, but you know, I'm reading UMINEKO, so it's fine.
Oh no. Anyway.
Oh no.
Anyway. Still, I don't think you can use that to argue if it's okay to marry someone you don't even like.
But it also doesn't mean that it's okay to marry anyone as long as you like them.
Yes, it does. That's how.
It only takes an instant to get married, but your life as a married couple will last a long, long time after that.
What you date? What are you psycho?
What is dating?
Such a psycho.
So you should search with prudence. Prudence? Yep. And avoid making decisions based on momentary emotions. Don't you think a matter like this would be much better handled by us, rather than a person lacking in life experience such as yourself?
Goddamn. That may be true, but
I'm proud of you, my only son. You've grown magnificently, and I'm sure you'll do us proud no matter where you go. And now that Badalukun has left the family register, your father's only male grandchild carrying his blood. You must
wait. So why did Battler leave the family register?
Battler lived on his own because his mom died and his father was
Because he
cheating on her.
remarried.
Yeah.
Like
he was cheating on his
yeah.
wife with Kirie.
Okay.
So Battler was like, "Alright, I'm out. Peace."
Oh, okay. So that was his like, "Fuck you, Dad."
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if his mom
Okay.
died. I take that back. But his dad was definitely cheating on her with Kirie, and then he got remarried to her.
No, okay,
Yeah.
and then just his dad. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Makes sense.
We must prudently choose a fitting partner for you.
Is everyone related to the Ashira man? They should. Come on. All right, I got. Stay in the
Yep.
accent. Robot. That's the word they say usually.
What the frick?
Oh, hello.
Hi. What I was doing
Hey.
got canceled, so
Oh,
you want to
yeah,
keep going?
Let's keep going. Woo!
Can we at least take a break? I need to use the bathroom.
We can take
Yeah,
a
that's
break.
fine. I'd like to run my AC for a bit. It's actually on right now. Can you hear it super bad?
No.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah. Can you hear the AC
Sweet.
for me?
Not
Not-
really.
Let's go,
Not the-
Mike
at least not the way I have things mixed at the moment.
Fire.
I need to go bathroom.
Right now? Right now?
I'd like to, if that's okay.
Okay, well, instead of ending the stream, guys, we're gonna take a little break, and then we'll be right back.
It is very hot, so I don't know how
Yeah.
long I can go here.
Yeah,
without
I'm down to do
clothes.
like another hour, probably.
I'm chill.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we'll be back in a sec.
Alright.
Bye. Bye. Guys, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. We got to level 6 in the word game, and then we failed. But I think that's a record. Good job, everybody. Good job.
Go.
I'll go. But
Y'all
yeah,
did
we're
it.
back.
Sorry, I had to have a snacky so that I could
True.
Scottish.
You
properly.
blame
I'm
me?
still spectating.
What the fuck?
Owned. super
I don't
owned.
know. I was kind of carrying.
I'm gonna pin that.
That's so mean. Why would you do that? Alrighty. Let us continue. This
It still makes
great
me laugh
conversation.
that And he always chooses, instead of to white knight, to just be like, haha.
Yeah, it makes me mad! You could be
This
so
is
nice
funny.
to me and be sweet,
He's
but
so
no!
funny. He's so funny.
You
I
choose to
like
be
him.
mean
Baby, don't
to
do that.
me.
You know I love you.
Ah!
You're confused emotionally.
You're confused. I am confused emotionally.
How amusing.
I love you too.
How amusing. The little creatures feel feelings. It's funny to me. Is everyone? Hold on, wrong accent. Hold on.
You gotta look at Jane.
I forgot. Okay. Is everyone related to the Ashiromiya family knew Ava adored George immensely? But that didn't mean she had pampered him. She had been strict with him and had raised him into a wonderful boy who wouldn't betray her expectations. That was why she treasured him so.
Your partner clearly won't be selected based on your parents' profit and loss. I'll bring you a suitable and truly wonderful woman. At this moment, your immaturity might make this seem unpleasant to you. But if you're going to take my advice on anything, listen to me now. Have I ever failed to act on your best interest?
No, you haven't.
That's enough for now. So, let's go. We're keeping father waiting. Hurry to the mansion.
Well, sorry you two. See you later. George bowed to the two of them, and after bowing once more to Shannon, he dashed off to the mansion.
I'll be going with him. Forgive me for interrupting such an interesting conversation, Jessica-chan. Shannon-chan.
No, please don't worry about it. Come on, Shannon. Let's go. Yes!
It's okay. I'm sure you'll meet someone wonderful soon too, Jessica-chan. A wonderful person suitable for you.
So, if he's at the same level as me, do you mean a guy with shit grades? That kinda pisses me off.
And of course, you too, Shannon-chan. I'm sure that a wonderful man suitable for you will appear.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh. Hello? Anyone? Anyone? Hello? Guys, am I tripping? Guys, am I tripping?
Yes.
Am I?
Yeah.
Were you saying stuff?
Yep.
What the fuck happened? Nobody. It was scary. Nobody said anything.
Hey, I was talking the whole time.
I know.
That's
why I was
between
sad.
you and the Lord, Bree, alright? Don't be blaming me.
Scared.
That's between you and our Lord God, Jesus Christ, the Catholic one.
Anyway, the Catholic
your
one.
God.
Specifically.
Anyway, it was for the ear.
Not that damn puka shell Jesus rock beach Jesus.
Oh shit, Ava. I'm sure you'll find a perfect man for a lowly servant like yourself. Have you forgotten to be grateful for your education? Know your place.
That's not what I meant.
George is the eldest grandson carrying father's blood. He is a person who may bear the burden of the Ushinomiya family someday in the future. To answer to that expectation, he has studied tirelessly, entered a wonderful college, and is getting wonderful grades. Did you really think you could snatch George away? You uneducated, incompetent, unqualified, uncultured servant? I don't know why she said it like that.
She delivered like, and bad. Those malicious words all poured into Shannon's ear without spilling a drop. Oh, wait, I went into the wrong accent again.
Oh no!
Hold on. I have to kick myself out and get the other guy. 1 moment. To Shannon, it was like cold water was being poured in there.
I didn't mean...
This was all whispered to Shannon in secret. And with the same smile as before, Jessica, who could only see Ava's expression, didn't think it was anything other than Ava telling Shannon some embarrassing story about love. When their secret conversation ended, Ava patted Shannon's shoulders as though she was urging her on.
Don't worry. I'm sure you'll find a perfect match for a partner. Right? Okay, Jessica-chan. See you later.
Yeah, see you later. And make sure you tell me about you and Uncle Hideyoshi next time.
No way.
Ava laughed loudly and headed back to the entrance hall. Behind Jessica, who was cheerfully waving her hand, Shannon reflected very, very deeply on those words of Ava about knowing her place.
Ava, you're such a bitch. Ava.
Yeah, dude, I never get tired of thinking about the fact that she does die. That brings me a lot of joy. I really hope that she dies no matter what in every timeline.
We will see.
That would make
I just
me
like that
quite
she's
happy.
absolutely insane. Like, she's never not just a crazy bitch.
It's time for me to take a serious look at how full of myself I've been acting. I forgot. I'm furniture. Furniture isn't human. So I am a being who must feel gratitude for even being treated like a human. And I am not permitted to wish for anything more. People sometimes develop affection for furniture they're used to using, but that is an emotion on the human side, and the furniture has no right to hope for such a thing. It's enough that furniture serves with simple honesty day after day. The feeling I got when talking to George-sama and Jessica-sama is the same as a forbidden drug to me. In other words, it may be an emotion I must never experience.
Shannon, you've had your head in the clouds for some time now. Do you not feel well?
No, my apologies. Natsuhi's words read in the mark. I'm not narrating.
Alright, no, I got it. Natsuhi's words were right on the mark. Even Shannon couldn't believe that she hadn't noticed Natsuhi until she had called. Normally, it was essential that she focus on her cleaning at this time of day. But she'd spent all sighing and hardly making any progress.
Even when there aren't any guests around, you must always be alert. Behavior like this I can't read. Behavior like this is shameful for an Ushinomiya family servant.
Yes, ma'am. I will take care from now on.
The head and my husband will return very soon. Have you finished cleaning the study? Have you finished cleaning the staircase?
My apologies. Not yet.
Yes, I know. So I had Luna do it. While you were plodding around cleaning the hallway, she finished cleaning the study and the staircase.
That's because, I wanted to clean it properly, so it took some time.
Shannon was simple and honest, so she would always carry out her tasks seriously and properly, without any omissions. So she was always slow with her work. In contrast, Lonan cleverly avoided doing extra work whenever it was possible. So she could complete her jobs with a result that looked almost the same to an outsider, but in a much shorter time. In other words, she was a shrewd employee. Compared to that, it's probably fair to say that Shannon wasn't very shrewd at all, talking back to Natsuhi when Natsuhi was in a bad mood. Of course, there was nothing that Natsuhi couldn't stand more than a servant talking back. Her forehead creased, and she spoke sternly. And yet, her slow, admonishing style of speech was even more terrifying, and finally made Shannon realize she had said the wrong thing.
Then perhaps you should aim to do a truly thorough cleaning. Shannon, I order you to clean the reception hall right now. It is an important hall where several pictures treasured by the head are displayed, and where honored guests of the Ushinomiya family are welcomed. Clean it thoroughly, so that not a speck of dust remains, and so that even you are satisfied. Of course, you will finish before the day is out. Until you finish that and report to me, you will not be permitted any food or rest. Understood?
That's not legal!
Yes, madam.
That is
God damn
good.
it.
Servants should endeavor to only use those words. The next time you talk back, your punishment will be even more severe. So, with that in mind, engrave these words into your heart.
Yes, madam. Thank you for your guidance.
You are welcome. Can you tell what type of storytelling they're doing with this one? Because
I
the
don't know what you're referring to.
last episode was clearly a mystery. What kind of genre are we going for this time? Can you tell? Anyway,
like just drama. This just seems like it's your standard sort of period drama.
thank you, Jason. Anyway,
That's not a Cinderella is not a type of story. That is a specific story.
okay, well the genre is fairy tale.
There was fairies in the last one. There's no fairies in this one. You're wrong.
There's no
I don't
fairy-
care about the genre. I'm waiting for it to get good.
Damn, I thought you said it was already good.
Well, now it's
I like
not
the
good
fairies.
again.
All right, fuck you.
I'm bored, bruh.
Battler, show up.
Behaving as though her headache was troubling her, Natsuhi headed off down the corridor. When she couldn't see her anymore, Shannon hung her head and sighed. This is what happened when she had her head in the clouds.
Even though I'm bad at everything I do, I should be able to at least carry out the cleaning as well as an average person can, right? It's because I can't even perform that very well, and I'm crying so pathetically. But what's even more shameful is that not only have I been able to perform a single bit of cleaning well, but just now when Natsuhi was scolding me, I imagined that person appearing and rescuing me.
He died.
R.I.P.
If only George-sama were here, would he casually step in and save me? Surely he'd show up cheerfully, intentionally acting like he didn't know what was going on, nimbly change the subject and make me forget I'd ever been rebuked by Natsuhi. I kept envisioning him, suddenly appearing from the other side of the door, or the other end of the hallway. I envisioned the kind of person that would be an appropriate partner for him in a marriage meeting, and I envisioned how unfitting I was for him. Ava clearly told me. It's been repeating over and over in my dreams.
Oh, frick.
Wake up, it's Kanan.
He's alive. He's alive. I can't wait to watch him die again.
He hasn't been stabbed in the tit yet.
Yeah, true. Wait, I thought it was his tummy.
Nah, it was his chest.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
he was
you're not.
gouged
Somebody
the
else
chest
got
until-
stabbed in the tummy. Who was
Well,
it? Who got stabbed in
I
the
think it was
tummy? Because that
Hideyoshi.
was one of them.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I
Hideyoshi-
don't
Wasn't
know.
me. Hold on.
No, Hideyoshi got it in the
He got-
forehead.
They both got Sprangle forehead, I think.
Yeah, he did get sprinkled. Okay, gouge to the chest. I think it was.
Oh,
Kraus?
I think it's.
No.
No, it's
No,
it's
Kraus
what's his
is
face, Kinzo, because they found him after.
Oh.
Canon.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he. Yeah. Oh wait, no, because they found those in twos. Because two got the
Right.
head and then two got the chest.
Dude, I don't know,
Crying.
bro.
You're still as clumsy as always, Nason. Milady has been in a bad mood since this morning. That just now happened because you talked too much, when you should have just hung your head in silence.
Kennen-kun. Kennen was suddenly there. His footsteps were always quieter than a cat's, and he never left any trace of his presence. He probably could have stood there forever, and I not narrating anymore.
Oh, right. He probably could have stood there forever, and she still wouldn't have noticed him. The expression on Cannon's face was one of hatred. He made that expression for Shannon, who didn't know how to do it herself.
Madame and Lunan can fall into hell. That person knows where
Wait, what? Oh, is he talking about Lunon,
Yeah,
that person? Because we
yeah.
don't know that person, right?
Yeah.
They're just a random
Yeah.
motherfucker. Are they another servant?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, because remember, this is they talked about how the servants were like seasonal. that they rotated.
Yeah. Because this is before everybody shows up for the episode 1 game, and then okay.
That person knows where Madam checks and only cleans those areas. Her cleaning just now was like that. I know because I saw. She wasn't really cleaning. She's just the worst kind of parasite, leeching off of your thorough cleaning.
You mustn't use such dirty words. Dirty words pollute your clean soul, Kanan-kun. So at least don't use those words in front of me, okay?
Cannon turned away as though sulking. But it was a reaction that hid his true feelings, which was...
Okay.
Dude.
But it was a reaction that hid his true feelings, which was very like Cannon. But I was a little happy. He was getting mad for my sake.
Cleaning the reception hall will be tough. I'll help.
Thank you. But I was the one Madam ordered, so don't worry. Don't you also have your own word, Kanan-kun?
It's a filthy job. My soul was polluted long ago.
Kanan then hung his head and bit his lower lip. Just hearing you say you'll help is enough for me. If you don't go back to your own job, then you'll be punished as well. And that would make me sad.
Shannon knew Cannon's character well. Sometimes he didn't think enough about himself.
If I don't refuse forcefully, he'll help me even if it means neglecting his own job.
Cannon was a little sad that his goodwill had been rejected, but he realized that what he was doing would only hurt her more in the end, and he gave a single small sigh.
Understood. Do your best, Nei-san.
Yes, and I am also partly to blame.
You aren't at fault at all, Nei-san.
No, I am. So go now.
Is this still third person?
Wait, no, wait, hold on, wait. This is Kanan-kun. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Kanan-kun's face showed that he still hadn't completely accepted it, but without being any more obstinate, he disappeared. Even though Kanan-kun came to give me words of comfort when I was down, even so I was dejected again because it wasn't him. That in itself was a sin. It went far beyond any dream the likes of me could be permitted to see. I don't know my place. Shannon, oh, never mind.
Oh, right, fucking. It's so confusing. Shannon, who had neglected breakfast, already felt her concentration beginning to waver. But if she didn't finish up cleaning the reception hall, she wouldn't receive Natsuhi's permission to eat. That cruel Natsuhi had surely told the kitchen something to that effect.
I have to respectfully receive Madam's punishment. That's right. My position in the world is furniture, and I've been intoxicated by a dream that's beyond me.
The lust. Okay.
Then boom, time passes.
I finished cleaning the hallway and went to the reception hall. Maybe my hunger made my nose more sensitive. I could sense the delicious aroma wafting from the kitchen, even though it was far away. My empty stomach was encouraged even more. Until I finished up here, I wouldn't get any soup. I just had to resolve myself to doing it. Several portraits were hung in the reception hall. One of those portraits was thought to hold a special meaning amongst the servants. It was the portrait of the witch. That wasn't its true name, but everyone in the mansion called it that. The name of the woman with elegant blonde hair, drawn as the subject of that portrait, was Beatrice. It was whispered that she might be the former mistress of Kinzo, the family head. And also that she was the great witch who had given Kinzo the gold of the legend. The witch Beatrice, master of the night on Rokunjima. She was gracious to those who respected her, but she would surely curse those who made light of her.
Oh shit, sorry.
You good?
It was in Shannon's character not to neglect rules and beliefs such as those. So she thought of the portrait of her other masters as that person herself, and always treated it carefully, treasuring it. and it had become a part of her daily routine to tell the witch, who only existed inside the portrait, secrets of her heart. She was just furniture. Furniture doesn't complain, cannot complain, so she had no right to speak her mind about her difficult days. She had no right to open her mouth and say those words, so she at least spoke her mind inside her heart. She spoke her mind inside her heart, using words she could say aloud, and protested to the formless witch. Of course, the witch didn't answer. She did not console, and she didn't laugh it off. Shannon could only interpret that silence as she liked, as though the witch was responding agreeably.
Beatrice-sama, please listen to the story of my worthless self.
As Shannon wiped the dust from the witch's portrait, she spoke that inside her heart.
I certainly am incompetent and uncultured, just as Eva-sama said. I am not a person, so maybe I have no right to love. But in that case, why was I given a heart that can know love?
At that point, Shannon held back her tears for a moment. The sound of the rain, which had started falling along with the chill in the air in the reception hall, made her feel as though her shabbiness had increased to another level.
Real furniture doesn't have anything like a heart, so they don't have to love people, right? So they don't feel pain. If I'm just another piece of furniture, why do I have a heart? If it's going to be this painful and this harsh, I wish I was never given a heart like this. I see. So, a heart was given to furniture. It would seem that even that man is capable of some quite amusing things every now and then. What?
The witch that never answered a laugh answered and laughed.
Was it my imagination? Was I hearing things? No, that's wrong. After all, the next words became a voice and I could hear them, not with my heart but with my ears. Humans have continually searched for the elements that make up the world since before the modern era. It is said that in ancient times, the Greeks tried explaining the world with the 4 elements of wind, fire, water, and earth. And after that, over several millennia, humans added several elements to those 4, trying to explain the world with several interpretations such as the 5 elements, the 6 elements, the 7 elements, the 8 elements, and the 12 elements. But they were never able to describe the one sole truth that exists, the single element. However, a single man appeared by the guidance of a star and finally explained the single element that makes up the world. Know what it is? Oh, who?
Shannon fearfully turned around. Right there. Don't make me fucking say, fuck you thing. She existed.
Existed as a
not
trigger
as
word.
an illusion. It is at this point. Not as an illusion, but as a reality. The contrast made by the lightning made it clear that this was no mere daydream.
It's love.
The witch of the portrait elegantly held a golden pipe to her mouth and giggled. She laughed at the ignorance that causes humankind's thoughts to stray far from the most simple answer.
That man explained everything in the world with love. That is the single element. That man fully explained how the world was constructed with the smallest possible number. How simple and clear, how splendid, exhilarating, pleasant, and thrilling. The year that man was finally born is called the start of the modern era.
Shannon lost any words to speak. Also, is she talking about Jesus?
I don't know.
The start of the modern era is because you go from AD BC to
I
AD.
guess so.
Is she alluding to Jesus? Okay.
Real.
Shannon lost any words to speak. She thought that when she was first meeting an unknown guest, her first words should ask that person's name. But without saying anything, Shannon knew this person's name, so she refrained. No, surely it wouldn't. Would be the greatest disrespect for someone who lived or worked in the island to ask this woman her name. After all, she was the other master of this island besides Kinzo.
Beatrice-sama? Indeed. I am Beatrice. Even after 1,000 years, I see that people still always give me that look when we first meet.
The witch giggled at how Shannon's reaction didn't betray her expectations. Shannon realized that she had met with a being that mustn't be met with, and took a step backwards. That's where the wall and the portrait were, so even as she gazed at the witch's portrait was touching her back.
The source of your troubles is love. Love, the single element that makes up this world. In other words, it is everything in this world. When it is lacking, then your world is lacking too. It is no different than scooping water into a canteen with a hole in it. Even if you scoop and scoop, that eternal desert of the heart never fills. It is the original sin that humans are founded upon, and everything is made of. Understand? When Adam and Eve put the fruit of knowledge to their lips, love is what they learned of. Because of that, humans were chased out of the garden and became fully human.
Holy shit!
Which
It was an allegory for the. Oh!
Which means that knowing love and suffering is what makes one human. You kind-hearted child, you ought to be praised. Now that you have gained this knowledge, you are no longer furniture. You are now human. I recognize that with all the authority of my name. Is it hard for a common person to understand? Very well then. Forgive me. It has been a long time since I have spoken with a human. Allow me to apologize for my talkativeness.
Without waiting for a reply from Shannon, Beatrice laughed pleasantly for a while.
Perhaps this isn't much by way of an apology, but I would be willing to grant that wish of yours with my power, if you so desire. Huh?
The meaning of those words surprised Shannon even more than the witch's sudden appearance.
I'm offering to bring you and the one you love together. Normally, I would demand something of equal value in return. However, I am in a good mood.
That's why she refused to say the magic was coincidence.
And you have never failed to pay your respects to me in the past. That is something worth rewarding. Is that true?
Normally, Shannon would have been shocked and struck dumb by this seemingly impossible guest. However, almost as though she was already under the witch's spell, Shannon responded.
With my magic, it would be no trouble at all to arrange for you to be joined with the one you love. Yes, of course.
Shannon almost said that without thinking, but held back with her last bit of common sense. After all, this is a witch. A sinister being. The witch Beatrice is clearly trying to slip into the cracks. Oh.
In my heart, and take me prisoner. That sort of temptation, which so many fairy tale picture books warned me about when I was young, is right in front of me now. Fear is almost a form of respect. It may be pleasant for me, but we will make no progress this way. I may not differ much from the lineage of a detestable witch that you hold in your mind. However, I do bestow my favor upon those who respect me. Aren't humans the same? Well, I doubt any human would bestow a favor upon one with such a hostile attitude. My apologies. I didn't mean...
Shannon eventually realized how rude she was acting towards this guest. And she finally digested the words that had been spoken to her a short while ago. You are no longer
You're human!
You are no longer furniture. Now, you are human. As she reflected upon those words, Shannon felt as though the witch understood all her worries.
Was that, just now, about a reward? I say that I can arrange for you to be joined with a man who has captured your heart. Think of it as a sign of my gratitude for your diligence in polishing my portrait day after day. Calm yourself. I ask for nothing in return. I am generous. However, though I ask for nothing in return, I do have a request.
Poor unfortunate soul. Look, here it comes. Part of Shannon's heart sent her a warning. This is what all those scary picture books she read when she was little had warned her about.
Do you know of the small Taurian shrine that have been constructed on the ocean very near this island, which you can see when you gaze at the cliffs?
Shannon immediately remembered it. When you reached Rockinjima by boat, there was a Taurian shrine on a reef that was too small to be called even an islet.
I'm sure Kumasawa-san told me its history, but I can't remember it well. A traveling Shugenja, a kind of holy man, had built it or prayed there or something. Yes, I know about it, but why do you bring it up? I will not explain everything, including the very basics, to one ignorant of demons. Simply put, it's causing me trouble. The truth is, there's a mirror kept inside that shrine. I want you to break it.
It was quite a suspicious request. Shannon didn't know the details, but anything stored inside the shrine would have to be something sacred.
And she wants me to break it? Why would a witch ask a human for help instead of doing it herself?
There was no need for Shannon to speak her thoughts out loud. Beatrice responded to Shannon's reasonable doubt before Shannon could give her an answer.
The magical power of that mirror opposes my own. I cannot explain it well with human words. For example, let us speak of the differences between utensils. That mirror is a fork, and my power is soup. You cannot drink soup with a fork, correct? If only the resistance of that mirror were gone, I could produce a spoon ideal for drinking soup. After that, I could drink soup as I pleased, and even dig my way out of a rocky prison. I could even gouge someone's eye out with it. Is that not the phrase?
This is honestly a better metaphor than spin the chessboard around.
Fork and spoon.
I can accept the spoon. I am a Chad spoon enjoyer, not a virgin chessboard. Chessboard.
Virgin chessboard spinner.
Chad spoon enjoyer.
I don't know what you're talking about. If my poor education is to blame, I apologize.
Would that meme do numbers in the UMINEKO fan?
Oh, it would. Oh, it would.
Chad spoon enjoyer.
It comes down to this. If you take action and break that annoying mirror for me, I shall grant you a wish as a reward. I am in quite a good mood today. You may even change your wish and receive all the gold I bestowed upon Kinso if you desire. I refuse. What?
When she heard Shannon's words, Beatrice realized for the first time that her expectations had been betrayed.
If you have a reason, tell me. If there has been some misunderstanding, I shall resolve it. I don't really understand the reason, but up until now, this island had been at peace and nothing bad has happened. So, even if I don't break the mirror, the peace that has existed until today should continue into the future. Yes, you are quite right. It's just as you say. If you don't break the mirror, the same unbreakable days that have passed until now will continue into tomorrow and the next day. Why don't I give you an absolute guarantee? I shall stake my name Beatrice on it. The unbreakable days before this time will continue until tomorrow and the next day. and for eternity and perpetuity.
Shannon felt overwhelmed by an eerie illusion. The mirror probably existed for the purpose of restraining the witch. So Shannon broke it. The person who stood to gain was supposedly the witch herself. And yet, Shannon felt somehow that she had to do it for her own sake. It felt like some premise of the witch that had been switched around.
I will do nothing but grant you a chance to bring your feelings to fruition. It's up to you to decide whether you'll break it or not. If you break it, I shall grant your wish. If you don't...
So it's all Shannon's fault. Everything is her fault.
The tomorrows that came before today will continue for all eternity. Your wish will not be granted for all time. Do you understand? Do you see what I mean?
The witch was speaking. She was pressing Shannon, saying she must break the mirror if she ever wanted to be united with George. It was a declaration that Shannon's feelings would never be brought to fruition unless she broke it.
Please, stop it. I don't want to hear something like that.
Oh wait, but this also guarantees for the ritual that there would be a couple for the thing, right?
You've said my goal to cause you pain. Oh well, when love leads to madness, that is when we see the true charm of humanity. Enjoy that emotion to your heart's content.
Yeah, she's 4D chessing them right now because she needs she needs a pair of lovers for the ritual.
However, if you wish to borrow my power, feel free to break that mirror at any time, and then you may yell my name and awaken me. I will certainly keep my promise. This way, you should have no complaints, right? I won't force you to decide right now. Easy, is it not? Is it really such an uneasy thing to do? No, it certainly wasn't.
To Shannon, who is burning with infatuation, worried by love, being tempted constantly and eternally with a way out was truly a cruel trial.
I won't set a time limit on that promise. But there is a time limit on the magic that can grant you your wish. That limit is not of my making. The one you love will decide it himself. You see my meaning? No, I don't understand. When the one you care for finds the partner to whom he ought to pledge his love, that limit will be reached. I may be a witch, but I am no demon. I possess no magic to tear apart a pair of those who love each other. The one you love will soon be attending a marriage meeting, yes? You may have stronger feelings for that man than anyone else in the world. However, that doesn't mean you are the most suitable partner for him, does it? I know with whom he will be having his marriage meeting. That girl is the most suitable for Ushinomiya George in the entire world. She came from a good school, achieved good grades, and possesses both composure and thoughtfulness. She is more beautiful than you, wiser than you, more suitable than you. How could an ignorant, incompetent, uncultured girl like you be suitable? You know better than anyone. There are none less suitable than you. Even imagining that you and Ushinomiya George could be joined is sinful and foolish. Know your place! Have you forgotten to be grateful for your education? Know your place. George is the eldest grandson carrying father's blood. He's a person who may bear the burden of the Ushinomiya family someday in the future. To answer that expectation, he has studied tirelessly, entered a wonderful college, and is getting wonderful grades. Oh wait, Dad, this is Eva speaking. Fuck!
Oh.
That was Eva speaking. Ah! Oh shit. Hey!
Damn, bro, he's really just... Bro's always been about that action.
He really is.
I was not ready for him to just come in there. Hold on. Oh, that worried me for a second. My stream player on the side said that shit was not running. I thought shit crashed.
Huh?
No, it's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
But my player crashed, so I was worried the stream went down. But we're good.
Okay.
Stop it! Don't bully Shannon! Who the hell are you?
At that time, as Shannon held her head, trying to protect her heart from the blade of Beatrice's words, Cannon ran in front of her. Cannon didn't care who this woman was. If this was an enemy tormenting Shannon, whom he loved and respected as a sister, nothing else mattered.
Cannon, stay back! This person is...
It seemed Cannon also realized that the being standing before him was the witch of the portrait. And also that she was something to be feared.
I simply wish to give Shannon a chance to claim her reward. But it seems I said too much and ended up hurting her. I must apologize for that. But I shall leave behind that promise as a reward to you. If you need my power, call me at any time. I have already told you how. Well then, let us call it night. Hostile gazes may be pleasant, but they damage your beauty, yes?
Disappear! I don't know who you are, but you're threatening Shannon! Don't ever show yourself again!
Cannon's words seemed to deeply annoy the witch.
Watch your language, Lawbone. I may be gracious to those who respect me, but I am brutal to those who do not.
While she still smiled, the witch's face began to twist itself. Then, an oppressive feeling that couldn't be noticed with any of the fine senses gradually filled the room. Even though they couldn't understand it, they immediately realized it was something terrifying. When you swim in the ocean, and something large passes by in the water beneath you, you want to escape to land even before you learn what it is. It's exactly what this was like.
Please stop, Beatrice-sama! Cannon-kun is still a child. I apologize for his language.
Cannon placed his body between the witch and Shannon. Are you okay, laddie? Your chest hurt? You feel...
You're okay, laddie?
You look like you're gonna shit yourself. There is tense sweat on his forehead. At that time, the witch certainly held Cannon's fate in the palm of her hand. She didn't even need to lift a finger. She held a grasp on his face so tight that a single twist of her...
Is it doing the thing again?
Cannon understood
Okay.
that as well, so he started sweating. I love the noise they have for Beatrice's power, too.
Yeah.
It's cool sound design, actually. However, Beatrice abruptly released that feeling of tension and laughed.
Very well. If you ask, I will forgive you just this once. Cannon, is it? In defense to her, I shall forgive you tonight and send you off. You ought to thank me. Well then, let us call it a night. In parting, I shall leave you with a small souvenir. Hold out the palm of your left hand, you two.
When Beatrice grinned broadly and snapped her fingers, their left hands stretched out against their will and their palms opened. It was a strange sensation, as though only their left hands now belonged to someone else. It felt like only their left hands had become puppets, which were being pulled by strings hanging down from the ceiling.
What are you trying to do?
Cannon resisted, but he couldn't retract his hand of his own free will.
Don't struggle. It will be over soon.
When Beatrice held her pipe aloft, a gold-coloured sparkling dust came out of the smoke and hovered in the air. That sparkle eventually became several gold butterflies. The beautiful butterflies danced freely throughout the reception hall, forming a fantastical and beautiful world. And the two of those butterflies alighted on the palms of Shannon's and Cannon's hands.
Ouch!
There was a sharp pain as though they had been burned. And the two of them tried to examine their palms that hold out in their bodies, which had been seconds ago had gone, which had been there a second ago had gone without a trace.
A mark? What is...
There was now a tiny mark burnt on the palm of her hand. It was shaped like a butterfly.
What is this supposed to be?
Apparently, Cannon had the same mark on his hand. He stared at the witch hatefully.
A simple greeting. I have no hidden motive. It is nothing more than a bruise, so it will heal in just a few days. There's not even any need to care for it. I made that mark so that tomorrow you will not forget that I truly was here, and that I made a promise of you. An encounter with me can be quite shocking. Sometimes when the next morning comes, people try to think of such an encounter as a dream or an illusion. You ought to consider this slowly and carefully, Shannon. And you should probably take a good rest. Look at my mark tomorrow morning and try considering it again. I shall not coerce you in any way. You should freely decide your future by your own will. Still, to think that one could obtain the object of their desire for such a small price. Surely, this would annoy to no end the great artists who write plays about blighted love. Well then, let us meet again when the chance arises. How entertaining it is to have a conversation again after so much time. Goodbye, furniture.
That is cool that she's like, I'm going to leave a mark here so that you know this wasn't a fucking dream or a hallucination. That's kind of crazy, actually. Beatrice's body trembled like smoke and blew away. It was golden smoke. No, a cloud of cold butterflies. They scattered in all directions inside the reception hall, leaving a golden splash before disappearing into thin air. After that, only the cold silence was left. It was so silent it made both of them think they might have been daydreaming until just a moment ago. Which was why the witch had left those marks. She had done so to make it impossible for them to think of this as a daydream. As Shannon and Karen remembered the butterfly bruises on their hands, the pain they'd felt when they'd been made, they kept standing still, stunned. And from that moment on, Shannon was tormented by days of suffering and conflict.
So my question is like, is this before she's on that date with George? Because when she's talking about the magic, she's got to be referring to this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that recontextualizes that.
Yes.
God, Beatrice is annoying as shit.
She is really fun to play, though. She's so fun. Do you want to keep going?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm actually very, very hot, and I'd like to take a shower. Because I know you said you couldn't hear the AC crazy, but I still kept it off for most of the time. Because I like having better quality, you know.
I got you. Well, damn.
So, you were like, "Oh, Battler's still gonna be around," but I'm assuming that's later.
Yeah.
But I was right. So this story is the second. What's the term? The deuteragonist is Shannon.
I didn't know that was a word.
Yeah, deuteragonist is think like Yukari from Persona 3, where they're a secondary main character. Like, if you took the actual MC out of the story would be about them.
I see. Chat new
So
word.
you know, in the first episode, the deuteragonist was Natsuhi.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I guess Battler is the only, like, because he's the main character throughout every episode still. But you said in every episode a different other character gets like a spotlight. Yeah, so that's where that term comes from.
Okay, that's good. Well, damn, today was a good stream, boys. You excited for next time?
Hell, I'm much
right.
more excited. I enjoyed this one a lot more.
Woohoo!
It definitely got me more interested.
Woohoo!
I'm interested.
I kind of want to catch up with the timeline a little bit personally, because I'm mostly interested in the battle of wits between Beatrice and Battler. That's kind of what I want to see. Because I am like, yes, Shannon and George are very cute, and I get it, and it's really sad what happened to them, but I already saw what happened to them. So, you know, the extra detail is nice, but I'm not like, I guess, super blown away.
I mean, are you sure it's going to be the exact same?
I don't. I'm just saying I would like to get to that point so I can see new stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at this go around as, you know, the second game, right? Like, Beatrice is already making her moves. Like, she is already much more prevalent than she was in the first round. If you guys remember the little
hold on. Because I'm a little confused, actually.
Okay.
I don't mean to immediately interrupt, but... well, fuck you, dude. Damn, you know what? Maybe I just won't ask.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying. I'd love to hear.
I mean, I was just ending my sentence. If you remember us reading like the little entry summary, it's just like the witch is gonna do shit. So that's all I got. Go ahead.
All I'm asking is, like, if this stuff happens before they visit the island, are we led to assume that these things still happened prior to the original timeline?
No.
Why not?
Because it did. Okay, maybe it'll explain later. I don't want to give too much away.
Well, I mean, okay.
I mean, like, George and Jessica's relationship did happen.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the shit with her coming out of the painting and blah, blah, blah.
I know, but I don't think I could give too much away.
Well, then turn off stream so we can talk about it without you having a...
No, I mean, like, to you.
But... okay, I'm still gonna ask you more when we turn off the stream, because I still need to understand, but I don't want to drag on about it forever.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, good stream, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see everybody next Saturday for UMINEKO. Thanks for joining us today. Good night. I'm gonna go find somebody to raid. Okay, goodbye. See you later.
Hasta la bye-bye. Hold on, Bree, before you...